what the bar is. This is the British Accredited Registry. This is an organization. It's not, oh, we got to have a bar license. No, it's just a membership. And I need y'all to understand this whole legal system is a illegal monopoly. It is an illegal monopoly. This is the equivalent of when you have those gangsters and they're controlling the whole system. It's an illegal system that is monopoly. There should be no situation whereby somebody is telling you you can't defend yourself or defend somebody else. If you're telling me that I can't go out and defend somebody else unless I'm a part of your illegal monopolized organization, then there's a problem. This is illegal. All right. So I need y'all to understand this whole system, the way it's set up in nature, in even law, in even anything that speaks about what an illegal monopoly is. If this ain't it, I don't know what is. The fact that you're telling me that the only way that I can help somebody is to be a part of you and your organization, that's illegal in just in everything dealing with law. All right. So now we're getting on this because I want to get into how you can legally defend not only yourself, but somebody else in law. All right. Now, we talked about how these cases are money. They're money making. All right. This is just a business. When you go into a court, you're going into a business. All right. So now, in recognizing that, let's understand that how you gain the right to, first of all, represent yourself. We've talked about how to make sure you don't put yourself under the jurisdiction. D. Jeezy says this stuff is so frustrating because so many people think I'm crazy when I talk about this. People say it's not real. I believe it is. It's the only way it makes sense to why things are the way they are. Is there a remedy to all of this extortion? Yes, there is remedy to all of this extortion. All right. So thank you for that question. Now, and that's what I'm getting into now. So we've talked about how you make sure that you don't put yourself under the jurisdiction of these businesses. All right. That's, first of all, you have heard people saying, I need to know the jurisdiction of this court. What is your jurisdiction? What they're really asking is, did I harm someone physically? Did I hurt another physical human being? And if I did not, then you don't have any authority over me. Now, I need y'all to understand what gives you the ability to say that. This is when you're under trust. What does it mean to be under trust? And let me say this, because I don't want anybody to get the idea or the notion that being under trust gives you the authority to just do whatever you want to do and harm people and just act out of maliciousness concerning the public. It doesn't. When, especially people who come into UNA, when we are very specific about the people who we help get under trust. Because you have to be in your right mind. You have to be sovereign. And D. Jeezy, I want you to understand, I know it's frustrating, but the people who you're talking about clearly are not people who are mature or adult enough to understand this. So you can't force people. If they don't want to know, then you got to leave them where they are. They are not sovereign. They're not in their right mind. And they're not ready, so they shouldn't be sovereign anyway. All right, so I need to make that clear before I go into this when we're talking about trust and standing as a sovereign, as a mature adult. When we're talking about trust and you're dealing with a judge and you're saying to a judge, what is your jurisdiction? You're saying, who have I harmed? Because by law, if you can't show that I hurt somebody physically, then you don't even have jurisdiction to be trying to hold a case against me. That's the first thing. really, one of the things we teach our students is who you are. A lot of people don't recognize who they are. A lot of people are continuously calling themselves a citizen. Well, what does that mean? You said you're a dead entity. You said you have no legal standing. You said you don't know who you are. So when you go into court, there's certain things you are to say, certain things you are not to say. And so we go into that. I'm not going into that today, but I need you to understand that, yeah, this stuff is real. But if you're talking to somebody who doesn't want to know, then stop trying to talk to them, because they're not supposed to know. They're not supposed to know. They're not supposed to be sovereign. They're not supposed to be under trust. When you're under trust, now you can maneuver yourself with respect to the courts. And if you have not harmed somebody, then this is how you stand. The other thing is, when you're in court, this is one of the things we teach our students. There is always remedy all the way through the process. What am I saying when I say there's always remedy? There's always payment. There's always a way to pay. And I went through this when I talked about that Terrence Howard session. If you haven't seen that, go back and catch it, where I go into detail about what's going on with these process, how to, what happens if you're in court, and every step of the way, how there's always remedy. First of all, the remedy, if you're in court, I am the authorized representative for the estate. I need to know what your jurisdiction is. What is the jurisdiction of this court? And of course, the judge is going to play dumb. And like, I have this robe is the jurisdiction. No. Did I harm another person? Is there somebody else who's claiming that I have physically injured them? And if the judge can't say that there's somebody, because then you need to state. Because by law, if there's not another person that I've harmed, no case can be brought against me nor my estate. All right, because they're going to say, the state was harmed. The state is not a person. To my state of Georgia, where's she at? She needs to show up here and speak, because I have the right to see who my accuser is. Where is this state of Georgia that claims that I've physically harmed her? If she doesn't show up, and don't talk about me, you got a lawyer. Well, the lawyer has to testify then. And the lawyer can't testify, or district attorney, whatever, to whatever is claiming that I had done, not even the cop. No, state of Georgia got to testify. Where's she at? Where is she? Bring her up in here. She's not here. Then you can't claim that I've hurt a physical person. Being under trust, this is one of the things that helps to establish who you are. You have to put it on record who you are. Then you have to know who you are, and then you have to know how to stand on who you are. All right? So once you got into that point, okay. If there's an instance where, let's say there's a case and you didn't know about that. I told you all that there is insurance on this case. If there's insurance on the case, then you have to know how to close that case. Go watch the Terrence Howard video, because I told you how to do that. And these are things that a lawyer is not going to ever, and I mean ever tell you, because first of all, they're not taught it. And even if they did know it, they could never tell you. They could never put their name on any kind of document that helps you know this stuff, because it would get them disbarred. They're not going to tell you this. This is why you need to learn on your own.